Recording dual system sound can be very time and effort consuming, having to deal with different microphones, mounting options, and recorders. So Tascam have released a camera-mounted shotgun microphone with an inbuilt recorder. And while it's not an original idea, in theory it does sound like a great way to reduce some of the strain of recording dual system sound. But how is it in practice? Let's find out. I'm Matt, and this is Q Time. So some quick background as to why I got it. With an upcoming trip overseas, I wanted to make sure I could still get good quality audio while I was away. Now, because I'm using a Sony RX100, I actually don't have a microphone input jack, and my original idea was to use my Zoom H1. But I find the H1 can be noisy and it's non-directional, so when I saw the Tascam DR10 SG, I thought it was worth a shot. It can record high quality audio directly onto a micro SD card and uses a single AAA battery exactly like the Zoom H1. However, unlike the Zoom H1, it has a highly directional supercardioid microphone, much like the Rode VideoMic Pro. Now, as I mentioned before, it isn't the first of its kind. Shure microphones have their own version of this, which comes in at $130 more expensive here in Australia, and Saramonics, which is a bit cheaper, but from hearing examples online, sounded a bit thinner and low quality. However, I have used neither of these microphones, so don't take my word on that. After some research, I took the plunge and grabbed the Tascam, which was fairly new and didn't have many reviews at the time. And after some initial testing, I found that I was a bit disappointed. It has a few things about it that make it very annoying to use. But after using it for a while, I have come around and I'm liking it a lot more these days. So let's start with the bad, because I always like to end on a good note. The single most annoying thing about this microphone is the headphone jack. Now, when I first used it, I actually thought it was broken, but after some testing I've worked out what it is. The device itself doesn't support headphones with 3 rings. Now that's most headphones these days with the built-in microphone and controls. Now my original theory for this was maybe it was the device's way of detecting the included attenuation cable, which I'll talk about later, but that only has 2 rings as well, so I can't see why it wouldn't work. The only way around this is to use headphones with 2 rings, or if you have headphones with 3 rings, to plug it in just slightly and only get sound coming out of one channel, which isn't a very good idea. Now, the next thing is handling noise. Using this microphone on my camera on a slider was unusable. The noise just transferred straight into the recordings, but using it handheld wasn't too bad. Now, to be honest, this isn't device specific, as any microphone with a built-in recorder will exhibit handling noise, like the Zoom H1. The best thing to do is just keep the device as still as possible and make sure you don't touch it during the recordings. Even using headphones can interfere with the recordings if the headphone cable hits the recorder for any reason. Having said that, once you know the limitations, you can then begin to work around it. The Tascam microphone delivers on its promise to record high quality audio. It can get a bit noisy if you push the gain a bit too high, but that's to be expected. And you can also have the device dual record a safe track just in case someone talks too loud. The included attenuation cable means you can plug it in directly into your camera and use it like a regular shotgun microphone. It also has a bunch of other neat features such as a built-in limiter, low cut filter, slate tones, and also different EQ filters for different scenarios. However, up until now, it's been using the standard preset, and that's been working just fine for me. Battery life is great as well. I haven't had to change the batteries once despite repeatedly turning the unit on and off. However, I haven't used it for more than the rated 8.5 hours. It also comes with an unusual noise isolation arm, which is designed to move the microphone further away from the camera to reduce sounds such as the autofocus motor. However, I don't use autofocus, so I won't be needing this. And lastly, it's really lightweight. It weighs about 110 grams with the battery, and it's about 20 centimeters long, which makes it excellent to travel with. Now, I'll let you hear some tests, but the cool thing is you've actually been hearing this microphone since the last episode of Q Time. I've mounted it to a C-stand above my head to get really close audio, and it eliminates all the cables and unnecessary mess of using my Audio-Technica XLR setup. But it does have post-processing applied, so here are some tests without it. Okay, so I've got the Tascam microphone set up. It's on top of my Sony a7S on the cold shoe mount, and I really just want to test out the audio quality. It's about 1 meter away from me. This room, it's quite well furnished, it's carpeted, so not a lot of reverb going on. And the environment itself, I've got a light to my left, which is actually producing a bit of a low hum because of the fan. And on the right, I've got outside birds chirping. It's the morning, so you may be able to hear that too. I'll be silent for a second, and I'll do a phrase twice, and then we'll try it again with the Zoom H1, and we'll see what the difference is, as well as comparing it to the inbuilt mic of the Sony as well. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Okay, now we're trying with the Zoom H1, so same situation again, same environment, nothing's changed at all. I literally just put that on top of the camera now, so I'm going to be silent for a second, we'll listen to what noise it's picking up, and then I'll repeat that phrase again. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And that's it. If you need a microphone to improve on your camera's inbuilt quality of audio for interviews or web shows like this, the Tascam might be a great idea. It does have its drawbacks, but for the price and level of quality you're getting, I'm sure I'll have plenty more use for it in the near future. But make sure to subscribe for more episodes, and as always, I'll see you next time.